Today, the crucial board meet of Jet Airways underway. Naresh Goyal joining in from London via video conferencing. The big expectation is that by the end of today, Naresh Goyal will no longer be with Jet, will leave the cockpit from an airline that he founded nearly 25 years ago. So the principal promoter will no longer be there on the board or with the airline. The question is, will he exit gracefully, or are we seeing a lot of turbulence in this board meet? His wife, Anita Goyal, is also expected to no longer be on the board of Jet Airways by the end of today. This has been a condition of the lenders as well. They've been frustrated by Naresh Goyal. Even the other equity partner, Etihad Airways, had made it quite clear that it can no longer stay on board if Naresh Goyal is on board and with the airline. Having said that, what's important from the market's perspective, 51% shares of Naresh Goyal are with Punjab National Bank. It works like pledge shares. Technically, it's called non-disposable undertaking. It's an NDU that could all be invoked. So by the end of today, you could also see Jet Airways being a quasi-national airline. It'll be owned primarily by national banks, banks owned by the government of India, and it'll be these banks that will take Jet Airways into safety, stabilize the airline, find a new owner going forward. But immediately, you're likely to see a big board rejig as well. The lenders obviously looking for people they trust. We understand one such person is the former chairman of SBI, Janki Ballabh. He's known well in the financial markets, in the corporate world. He's been the ex-chief of the CVC as well. The other gentleman that we're picking up is Mr. Vishwanathan, trusted by the lenders once again. Former managing director of the SBI, as well as has served on the Jet board for nearly 3 years. His tenure ended in August 2018. He was an independent director, so understands the aviation business and is very familiar with the lenders as well. What about Etihad? Is finally getting its way with Naresh Goyal, maybe forced to step down. Well, Etihad not looking to completely exit, but I am being told by my sources that it wants to dilute its stake. Whether it's today, tomorrow, in the days to come, weeks to come, that's something else we need to watch out for. That's going to be the next big story at Jet Airways. Etihad has 2 nominees to the board, and one of them will then step down.
Okay. Breakout on power grid, the stock is up despite the market moving down, so that's a positive sign, and I think it is going to head towards 211.60 on the upside. Go long on power grid, keep a strict stop loss of 195.50 levels, and we can expect the pattern target of 211.60 over short term.
All right, so that's power grid. As we speak, it's at the day's high. Mr. Fadai, let's go across to you now. Tech Mahindra is one of those few, that's really gaining very smartly is REC PFC. As we speak, REC is now higher by more than 8%. What would you make of this move?
Yes, absolutely. See, REC has been forming a higher low, which is indicating that the overall trend of the stock is positive. It's best to be staying in the direction of trend, which is up right now. Use any dips as a buying opportunity. With the stop loss of 150.5 on the downside, and expect a target of 163 on the upside.
Okay, so that of course is an REC for you, 8.8% higher, so it's a strategy being recommended. So Amya, just dial, it's been...
Absolutely, see, BHEL is again bucking the trend, but I would say it is essentially stuck in a range over past 1 to 2 weeks, and we are seeing a bounce back from the lower end of the range. It can go towards the upper end of the range, which is around 70.05 levels. So one can create long positions, keeping the stop loss of 66.55 and expecting it to again move towards the range target of 70.05.
Okay, so that's on BHEL, 2.2% higher. Moving on to the next stock is Hindalco. Again, from the steel and, from the metals basket. Though, mind you, this one too had been falling since some time. Though today it is gaining in trade. It's almost higher by 3 to 4% the last time I checked. And this could be on account of the fact that the board has more than 5% in trade. What would be your view?
Absolutely. See, the trend for Bombay dying looks like a C wave starting again on the downside. We can see it moving towards the lower end, which is around 100 levels eventually. Over short term, the target is 128.70, and if that is taken on much lower levels can be expected. The stop loss is going to be 139.50 on the upside.
Okay, so Bombay dying, as we speak, in fact, is at the day's low. Another pack that's really managing to buck the trend is the ore as well. A big fall seen over there, especially the selling pressure accelerated in the middle of the trading day today. What would be your view?
Yes, see, Jain Irrigation overall trend for past 1 year has been already down, and any pullback has been short-lived. That is what we are seeing, a reversal again from the resistance trend line. back towards the lower level. So one can create short positions at CMP, keeping a stop loss of 59.50, expecting a target of 54.85 on the downside.
Okay, so that's Jain Irrigation for you. Moving on to the next stock, Mr. Fidai, let's talk about Divi's Labs.
Yeah. Divis looks very
Come by in this stock price, but for the last couple of trading sessions, it's been taking a bit of a backseat. What would you make of the move?
Yes, the entire sector has been under pressure actually, and that is what we are seeing even in India bull real estate. Also, the reversal has happened near the upper end of the range again in this stock, and we can expect it to move lower towards the level of 81.75. So short positions can be created over short term, keeping a stop loss of 88.65 and expecting a target of 81.75 over short term.
Okay, well, we'll have to call it a day on this edition of the show. So, Mr. Fidai, Ashish, as well as Soumya, thanks so much for joining in, wrapping up those individual movers and shakers. Coming up next is closing trade. Stay tuned for that.